All right, gentlemen, welcome
We're
back
back.
to episode 2, season 2, Top Gun podcast. Glad you joined us. Glad you tuned in. Today, we are going to be breaking down the AFC and NFC East positional battles. We're going to go through each spot: quarterback, running back, wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2, tight end, defense, coach, maybe some superlatives, and kind of give our ranking. We're going to take a quick second to look back at last week's, because I got to tell you guys, I took some heat from some of these.
Yeah,
Some of our
yeah.
what we said were correct, but like I said, it's not about being right. It's
It's about
about
sounding
sounding
confident.
confident, and we were pretty confident last week. But I
Yeah,
decided to do a couple things as well. A lot of the things that they had mentioned on some of the comments that I got, the nice, good debates that we received, was that um, defense should be worth a little bit more considering it's 11 extra guys going up against, let's say, a tight end. So you're saying a tight end is worth 1 point, but an entire defense is still only worth 1 point in the Bengals situation here, Mike Gesicki versus the Bengals defense, right? Does that make sense?
yeah.
Where the Steelers may be really good on defense, but they're only getting 4 points for it. So what I decided to do when we go back and do this is um, make defense worth 2 of whatever it is. So if they score 4, it's actually worth 8. So anything a multiple of 2. Okay.
Okay.
Does that sound fair?
It is fair enough.
It doesn't really shake it up a whole lot. Okay. Because what I did was I went back through and I readjusted the points. And the only thing it switched up was that the Ravens are still projected, in our opinion, to win the AFC North. The Steelers are projected to come in second now instead of third. And the Bengals in third, and the Browns, well, what everybody
Fair
else is
enough.
expecting, right?
Yeah,
When I went back through the NFC North, nothing changed. It was still the Lions in first, the Bears, then the Vikings and Green Bay. Okay.
alright.
Sound fair?
Sounds fair.
I got to tell you guys. So here's the problems that the viewers had. They had problems with our tight end. The biggest one I caught was the tight
Tucker
ends.
Craft. Yeah.
They
Yeah,
did not like that Tucker Craft was fourth.
yeah.
What are your guys' thoughts on that?
Well, I know Tucker Craft injured himself at the end of the season, but I would have said that if I was a Packers fan personally, I think he would have been third instead of was it TJ Hawkinson third?
Yes, TJ Hawkinson was third. Yeah, and
Yeah,
and you know
so
what? Looking back on it, hindsight,
yeah.
Tucker Craft probably might have a better year this upcoming year.
Yeah,
Now,
if
I
he
might have
recovers
been
good
I
enough.
when we were sitting down, we may have been biased by TJ Hawkinson's career, and TJ Hawkinson has had
Yeah.
some great seasons, but I tend to, I listen to the people, and in this case, I can see myself agreeing here with
Yeah.
with
Agree.
TJ Hawkinson maybe bumping down below Tucker Craft. Now, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that Colson Loveland's bad. I'm not saying that uh, Sam Laporta's bad. I think that they're still really good. I think that they could have explosive years, and I think Tucker Craft will be good, but I still think that those two are probably better than Tucker Craft. And I know there's a lot of Green Bay fans that completely disagree, and I know there's a lot of Green Bay fans out there. So
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay taking that. I feel confident about that take.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just such a tough one for me just because the NFC North is pretty loaded for tight ends. And
Correct. This was the
yeah,
toughest one we said.
and that's another one where I think we kind of said it could really go like back and forth week by week. Like obviously, yeah, Hawkinson's kind of getting up there in age. Tucker Craft, I think you're right. I think he will have a better season. Um, Looking back in hindsight, but
And they're
it's
both coming off
just
injuries,
yeah,
and
it's
yeah,
just such a
That's true.
tough
That's true.
conference for tight
yeah,
ends.
right. Yeah. Okay. With that being
All right.
said,
Okay.
we are going to graduate to
The
the East.
East.
We're going to move on to what we see in the East here. Let me get it zoomed in here. And for those who didn't catch last week's episode, what we are going to be doing is we are trying to emulate the Top Gun concept here in a sense of we have our pilots, the quarterback, our strike force, the running back, our secondary strike force, wide receiver 1, wingmen, the tight end and wide receiver 2. You got your defense, and then you got your flight command, the coach.
All right.
And this one here should be up a little bit here. Let me adjust that slightly. Okay.
Okay.
So I have a couple things here for you guys that
Okay.
may help us get a better idea, but we'll kick it off here. AFC East quarterbacks.
Okay.
Is there a whole lot of debate here between Josh Allen and in my opinion, Drake May? I mean, I feel like that's who we're looking at.
I mean, not really. Josh Allen is still really good quarterback. Drake May, he went to his first Super Bowl. He didn't win a Super Bowl. But in my opinion, I think Josh Allen is probably no doubt the best QB in the AFC East.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no issue with that either. I think Josh Allen is definitely the. I mean, obviously, he's every year he's an MVP candidate.
Right.
I think he's definitely the best quarterback in the AFC East.
Right.
Yeah.
Probably one of the first fantasy quarterbacks taken off the board. But
Right.
yeah, I mean, he's going to put up crazy stats every year, and he's
Yeah.
gonna be everything to a team. So as far as talent wise, he is the best quarterback in the NFC East. And I just wanted to hear if you guys had any other opinions on that. But yeah, I agree with what you're saying here. All right. Do you think Malik Willis, who is now probably the starter with
The
Miami,
Dolphins.
or Smith, Geno
Geno
Smith with the
Smith.
Jets, have any competition with Drake May? Or is Drake May that number 2 spot?
I honestly think Drake May is just the number 2 spot just
Okay.
because Geno Smith and Malik Willis, they're just both like washed up quarterbacks from different teams. So I would agree with Drake May at number 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Drake May. I mean, obviously has proved himself to be a. I mean, he's able to win. He's
Right.
winning on a good team. Now, that's obviously no knock to Geno Smith and Malik Willis, who, I mean, Malik Willis is more like he's an on the rise quarterback. I think he could do great, but he's just in a tough situation in Miami. And Geno Smith is getting up there. I think it'll be a battle for them in this 3rd and 4th spot.
I agree.
Yeah.
Now, the only shining glory here is Geno Smith is a veteran in today's league.
Yeah.
And he has the experience. He's
Mhm.
he took the Seahawks 2 years ago pretty far. But we saw
Yeah.
what that same Seahawks team with actually one less wide receiver could do, and that was win a Super
Yeah.
Bowl. So that doesn't
Yeah.
tell me a
Yeah.
lot about Geno Smith, right? We also saw what he
Mhm.
could do last year with the Raiders, and that was a whole lot of
It was nothing.
stinking it up.
Yeah.
So whereas Geno Smith got his start with the Jets, and I think that he will be a great bridge quarterback or Band-Aid because they have a ton of 2027 draft picks.
Yeah.
I don't think he's very good. And
Yeah.
Malik Willis, we saw a lot of glimmers of hope while Jordan Love was injured in Green Bay. And so a lot of people, I mean, he was the number 1 free agent target coming out of the 2025 season. And so a lot of people are excited to see what he can do. Talent-wise, if we're basing this strictly on talent at that position, I would say Malik Willis is better than a very veteran, diminishing Geno Smith.
Yeah, he definitely has
I
a
agree.
higher ceiling there.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
Correct.
I would agree with
Correct.
that.
Correct. Higher ceiling. The only downside is that other than Devon Achane, I could not tell you who he's going to throw the ball to. I mean,
Yeah.
there's
They
not.
have literally no one.
there's not a lot going on. So
Yeah,
he's not going to put up great stats. Now, is he a good athlete and maybe a good quarterback?
yeah,
Maybe,
maybe.
but it's going to be like one of those Brown seasons where it's just like who's he? It's hard to judge the quarterback based on
Right.
whatever that was. So
And plus, this
okay,
is Malik Willis's fifth season in the league.
right, okay,
So,
yep. Okay, so what we need to do next is hit up the running backs.
okay.
So let's do that.
This could be a tough one.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
There's a couple here that I am. Yeah, I wasn't very sure either. I didn't know what to think. Do you guys have any opinions on this? Like, if you had to pick one of those three as you were looking at that depth chart, what would you say? Who is the most talented of those? And with respect, because they're going to be very close with respect to maybe what they've done and the team that they're on, and that coaching and all that, because it's going to come down to some superlatives, like things that aren't necessarily their speed or their ball carrying or that kind of thing. It's going to be what system are they in, that kind of stuff. So what do you think?
Yeah.
I would say for me personally, I would say James Cook, just because James Cook has been a monster these past two seasons with
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen, and
Mm-hmm.
no respect to, and I'll give a little bit respect to Brees Hall, but I would give James Cook the number one what is it called? The position.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was personally I was between James Cook and Devon Achane because I mean Achane has also been I mean he's been phenomenal on a bit of a terrible team. Um,
Yeah.
he's been well. I mean, like you said, Malik Willis basically only has Achane here. He's
Mm-hmm.
kind of been the glimmer of hope that has been living in Miami the past few seasons. But I will give the edge to James Cook just because he has been able to do so well with a quarterback like Josh Allen, who is like, I mean, just a big guy, dual threat. Like he'll take it out of the pocket and he'll run with it too. And James Cook has still been able to, I mean, thrive in that environment. I think it's between those two. It's close, but I would go with James Cook number one, Devon Achane number two.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that I'm definitely going to agree with you guys there. I think that last year he showed us he's a beast. And I think
Yeah,
that there were some games where we really questioned Josh Allen and his, decision making, not his ability. He's got a strong arm, great
right.
legs, he's a strong guy. His ability's there. He's Superman with a cape on, but he doesn't he sometimes depends on that too much. He'll throw balls he shouldn't throw, into
Mhm.
traffic, into places he shouldn't put them. But um they won some games on the back of James Cook. He put up some
Yeah,
crazy numbers, right? Just insane. And I think that fair is fair. He did just as much as Josh Allen in some games at carrying the load. And I can't necessarily say that about Devon Achane. Um, I think he's good. He's a superstar. But when it comes down to it, I like James Cook at the number one spot better than Devon Achane. So, but that doesn't end our conversation because the
Yeah.
Jets do have a very good running back in Brees Hall.
Yeah.
and that's
S-
true. I
That's
mean,
So,
true.
it's
so what's your opinion there between
Well,
those two?
I will say Brees Hall is probably better than Devon Achane, just because I know Brees Hall didn't have the best quarterbacks with the Jets, and Devon Achane too. But I would say Brees
Hmm.
Hall beats Devon Achane for that number two spot.
Sure. Okay. Well, Cooper, what are your thoughts?
I mean, again, I mean, this is a tough one. This is harder than I thought it would be, but I think personally that then, and again, this is like kind of how we kind of go back and forth with who's a better running back back versus who has better numbers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like and we were talking about with like some Browns quarterbacks, like they're gonna have provided so much to the team, but they're not gonna have the numbers. I think Devon Achan, both like he provides a lot to a not good team,
Right.
and he has put up good numbers in the past
Right.
few years. I would have to go with Devon Achan at the number 2 spot, but again, it's pretty tough.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to outweigh it here, Giovanni, because I'm gonna be
Okay.
the deciding vote. I think Devon, he's younger.
Yeah.
Well, not a lot younger. I should take that back. He's really not a lot younger, but I just think he's going to touch the ball a lot more this year. And he has shown some explosive games. I look back at that Broncos game where they put up 72 points 2 years ago,
Yeah.
and I think he found
270.
the end zone like 4 times, and
Yeah.
he can be an absolute. He can take over a game. His
Yeah.
speed and his agility is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brees Hall, up and down. He's had injuries in the past, but if he puts together a strong season, I do think that it'll be good. I just think that, I mean, if we're going based off of talent wise, I think Devon Achane is a more talented running back. And
Okay.
really, I think that the Jets and the Dolphins they're both competing for the number 1 overall draft pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
agree.
it's their defenses are bad, their offenses are bad. It's just a matter
Yeah.
of who's, the worst of the worst.
Right.
Now,
Sent to draft for both teams.
yeah, right. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Um, now, I want to like justify myself so that I don't get, you know,
Yeah.
yelled at online again. I think that the Patriots have a great running tandem. We saw that
Oh
last
yeah,
year.
for
Travion
sure.
Henderson and Ramondre Stevenson, they're an amazing duo, but I don't think either of them are just like outstandingly talented running backs by themselves. Like,
Yeah.
I think that Travion Henderson could be that guy. I think that he could be a single back system, but since I could remember, the Patriots have never been a single back system. Maybe Corey Dillon back in like 2008, but um, yeah, they've always been running back by committee, and it's worked for them. And that's not a knock on their running back ability. I just think that those two guys fall to the last of the 3 that we named before them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I
No,
would probably say that they're going to lean more like they did last year on Ramondre Stevenson. But I think Travion Henderson is the more talented back when it comes down to it. I think Stevenson is your third down goal line back, which is going to get you more fantasy points if that's what we're going to look at. And, when you compare guys and you look at stats, he's probably going to have better, the juicy stats, touchdowns and first downs and, yards after contact, that kind of stuff. Whereas Travion Henderson's going to be more of your scat back, you're catching out of the backfield, or your first, second down looks.
yeah, and
But
with the Patriots, I gotta say their whole offensive, like what it's looking like right now, the whole offense is it's been slightly reshaping in the offseason.
it did big
It
time.
looks really strong,
It does.
and
It
we'll
does.
get to the rest of those because
They
those
kind of
are
went from one headache to another, though.
yeah, yeah,
Well, we'll talk about that here.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you guys are ready to piggyback off that, we'll go into the strike force. Wide receiver 1 for the AFC East.
Okay.
And so if I had to put these out there for the listening audience, we're looking at, let me break this down here. We're looking at wide receiver 1 for the Bills is DJ Moore, they went and got DJ Moore from the Bears. That's a big pickup. It was, DJ Moore is kind of like this. You can't tell if he's toxic or not. He's a great wide receiver, but I think he's a great competitor. I don't think he's one of these I don't think he's quite Antonio Brown or AJ Brown or those guys. I don't think he's a prima donna, but he would get very upset when he wasn't getting his touches, or the quarterback was taking too long in the pocket, or those kinds of things, and he would show it. There was times where he would walk off the field in the middle of play, and so I think it's more of he doesn't know how to be a good competitor. He is competitive, but that's a big pickup because that's something that the Bills didn't have last year. They're hurting after losing Stephon Diggs, and Stephon Diggs is not what he used to be, but when he was with the Bills, he was that threat. And that's where DJ Moore kind of steps back in. And now they know, or we know, who their number one option is. And it is a legitimate wide receiver. The Dolphins' number one wide receiver is Chris Bell. The Jets' number one is Garrett Wilson. And the Patriots, like we talked about, is A.J.
AJ
Brown.
Brown.
So you're getting rid of Stephon Diggs, one headache for A.J. Brown, who says this is the move that he wanted to make and that he's happy to be there. And he's a former player of Mike Vrabel's. And, there's a whole list of things here that could go right, but there's a whole list of things that could go wrong as well. But regardless of all of that, A.J. Brown's a great player. Like, he is a big body, go up, make plays. You better send two guys to guard me. He can absolutely dominate a game. And I think Drake May is going to really like having an option like that streaking down the field. What do you guys think?
I would agree with you just because if you go to the talented rise, I honestly think A.J. Brown is way more talented than DJ Moore. A.J. Brown just literally won the Super Bowl with the Eagles not even 2 years ago.
Yeah. He's a Super Bowl champion.
And I think another thing with A.J. Brown is that he's in a significantly better situation to succeed now. Mm-hmm. And then compare him to who I think is, the other wide receiver in this conversation for best in the AFC East, Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson has Geno Smith thrown to him, where you have A.J. Brown who has Drake May throwing to him, who's a Super Bowl caliber quarterback. I think A.J. Brown will have more success this season just because he has not only Drake May throwing to him, but such a strong group of players around him. Mm-hmm. And he has more of a reason to be motivated. And I feel like that's something that he maybe struggles with. And that's kind of why he does things kind of the way he does sometimes. But I think he'll be the best receiver in the AFC East.
I agree, Coop.
With Garrett Wilson in second, in my opinion.
There you go.
Okay. Well,
there you go.
So we'll go. I can get behind that. A.J. Brown,
Garrett
Wilson, DJ Moore,
and
Chris Bell.
Chris Bell. Yeah.
Okay. Easy.
Okay. Easy.
Mm-hmm. Garrett Wilson's good. I'm a Buckeye through and through. Garrett Wilson is good. I do think A.J. Brown is a bigger, stronger, faster target. Maybe not faster, but Garrett Wilson's coming off an injury, and we'll see how that goes. And he should be fine. But at the same time, you always question those joints and those ligaments. You got to get used to it. We'll see how he is coming out of training camp and that kind of stuff. But should be all right. He should be all right. Yeah. Okay. Wingman number 2. This is a little less predominant. You might not know these guys, but you should know this one. Khalil Shakur for the Bills. Malik Washington for the Dolphins. Adonai Mitchell for the Jets. And Romeo Doubs. There's another new face for the Patriots.
Ooh.
Okay. So let me tell you mine and see if you guys agree or not.
Okay.
Here's my list. I have Khalil Shakur as number 1. And I'll explain that here in a second. I have I think I have Romeo Doubs, number 2. Adonai Mitchell, number 3. And Malik Washington, number 4.
I can't argue with your picks. I cannot argue with that. That's a good list.
Yeah, that's where I was leaning. I mean, I was considering whether to put Romeo Doubs at 1 or Shakir at 1. But I'd have to agree with you. And again, for wide receiver 2, Bills and Patriots, that's 2 really good receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've seen what both of them can do. They're both very productive. And especially Romeo Doubs in Green Bay, he literally just, he torched so many teams last year.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I would agree with that, but I think it'll be close. I mean, this season between Dobbs and Shakir.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
I mean, if
agree.
it helps at all too, wide receiver 3, and we'll kind of lump this into it. That next guy up, depending on injuries or whatever. With the Bills, you got Keon Coleman, and then I'm not even going to worry about the other two because it's not much of a conversation because, well, I
Yeah,
mean, they're in the rebuild stage, right? They're building around the draft rather than building for the now.
Yeah.
right.
You got Kayshon Boutte with the Patriots, who had a
Patriots.
great year last year.
He did.
Yeah, he
Um,
did.
so here's my thing. Here's my train of thought and why I picked Khalil Shakir, because he was the number 1 in Buffalo before DJ Moore. And so I
Yeah.
really think that he is he understands Josh Allen. He's a go-getter. He knows how to play football at that
Yeah.
position for that team, for that quarterback. That being said, nothing against Romeo Doubs. Again, I think that
Right.
him in that helmet will be popping. And I think that he'll do great things in New England, but I think that I would have to go Khalil Shakir if he's available. You never know with those Bills wide receivers; they just go disappearing every once in a while.
Yeah.
But I do think he's good, just not as good as Khalil Shakir, or as big of an impact as Khalil Shakir. So
I can't argue with that statement at all.
okay,
Yeah.
good.
I'm with you on that for sure.
Okay, well, so that brings us to our first
Tight ends.
tight ends, and so this is where our blind resume comes in.
Okay.
You guys see that?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay,
okay.
blind resume time. Only because
Okay.
I really struggled with a couple of these, and so I did this for the positions I really struggled with. I struggled to find the guy at the spot. So here we go.
Okay.
Ready? Player A.
Mm-hmm.
He's a high volume, moving tight end. Career wise, he has 157 receptions, around 1,700 yards and 9 touchdowns. And really, sometimes that doesn't matter based on injury, but per game, he gets about 4 receptions a game. He gets about 40 yards per game. And he has a high floor, meaning he's going to put up a consistent number every single game.
Okay.
Player B, way more receptions. Red zone veteran, right? 450 receptions. As far as yards per reception, a little bit more, 11.6 yards per reception. But less receptions per game. He's closer to the 3 mark and pretty close in yards per game as well. But this guy is a proven red zone threat, touchdown catcher, huge production, again, consistent. He's going to draw attention of safeties and those guys, especially in the end zone. So he is your consistent scoring veteran. Next one, explosiveness. Now, when this guy was in college, you're looking at huge numbers, almost 1,000 yards receiving and 11 touchdowns in one season. I'm sorry, that was a career. Almost 1,000 yards in a career, which is a lot considering college, and probably only played 3 years. 51 receptions, 8 touchdowns in 14 games. So that was his senior year. 51 receptions, 8 touchdowns. And he is a freak athlete. He is going to be an immediate game changer, and he is one of the highest draft picks in the draft. First round tight end.
Yeah.
Which one are you taking there after reading that?
I would take player A.
Okay, Cooper.
It's tough. I mean, I know player C is
Yeah,
I know
that's
that
easy
that's
to figure out.
yeah.
I didn't have any
Kansas City.
stats on him.
I'm guessing player B is Hunter Henry.
Okay.
And it's tough, but
He is the veteran
I mean,
here.
yeah, and he's fantastic. He's been doing it for however many years, and he's been putting up great numbers even when he was
Consistent,
on
right? Yeah.
The Chargers. Yeah,
Yeah.
very consistent. I would have to go.
After
I'd
looking
have
at
to
the
go with.
numbers.
You're right. I would go with player B here.
Okay.
If for my number one.
Okay.
Um, yeah.
Yeah, this is tough. This one was a really tough one for me, like I said. And Cooper, you got it. You got it right. Good job. Way to do your
Okay.
homework.
Nice
Um,
job.
so yeah, Dalton Kincaid, he's gonna have a great quarterback. He's gonna get a lot of touches. He's not gonna be as favorite of a target now that they have DJ Moore, but at the same time, he's a pretty good athlete. His problem is he's been hurt the last couple of years and hasn't played a full season. Didn't get to play a full season last year. Hunter Henry was awesome. Great threat, red zone threat for him. But Kenyon Sadiq is just, I mean, if you watched him in college, he was a no doubt first rounder.
He's a
And
beast.
for a tight end, that's saying something to go in the first round. So yeah, I think I tended, and I definitely understand where you're coming from, Giovanni. I think that consistency wise, I think that, and by the numbers, I think that Dalton Kincaid is going to, he could put up a big year. I think that he has a higher ceiling per se, but in the same sense, I think that I got to go with Hunter Henry. I think that in that
Okay.
offense with Coach Vrabel, Dalton Kincaid's gonna have a new coach. He's gonna get
Yeah.
less touches now that they have a better wide receiver core. Um, I think that Hunter Henry is going to have a little bit better of a year here, and so I think that if I had to pick one, I might go with Hunter Henry here, but
Okay.
Dalton Kincaid a close two,
Okay.
and then Kenyon Sadiq a close three. I mean, it
Yeah.
was between these three, it was tough to make a decision um on
Yeah.
who's going to be better.
That's
Um
understandable.
and then for those of you who are wondering who the Dolphins tight end is, um that's a great question, right? Right now the Dolphins tight, I mean, we're going through training camp right now, but right now the Dolphins tight
Tight
end
end.
is Greg Dulcich. So
Yeah. Y-
so
Former
returning,
Bronco, by the way, I
yeah,
think.
former Bronco. But
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it is
Great
what it is.
mustache on him. Great
Yeah,
mustache on him, by the way.
Great
which
mustache.
plus 10 aura points.
Oh yeah.
Good point.
All right, so that brings us to our defense here.
Yeah.
Defense and coach, and we'll kind of focus in on those.
Okay.
And remember, defense is going to be worth 2 points here. So this is we gotta
Just
we
two
gotta really
points.
like lock in on these. But
Yeah.
um,
Mm.
really in the AFC East, none of the defense are like standout defenses. I don't think any of them are in the top 5 or 6.
Yeah.
I think that if you had to ask me after watching, well, the AFC East championship game, the
Yeah.
defense stood on its head against Jarrett Stidham. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But they did a pretty good job of shutting out all the teams they were supposed to shut out. Now, I will say this, Josh Allen had to score 40 points every game in order to win, and that was
Yeah.
always a problem. So their defense has some holes. They've lost a
Yeah.
couple guys to either retirement or free agency. And so there's a lot of question marks that I think they might fill in. But at the same time, I think that the number one defense here is going to be the Patriots.
Okay.
And like we've
Yeah.
mentioned before, the Jets and the Dolphins are playing for the number one overall draft pick, and
Right.
both of their
Right.
defenses are absolute. In fact, right
Dolphins are
now,
real.
Fantasy Pros has the Dolphins defense at, let's see, 29th
Under.
overall, which out
Wow.
of 32 is not great, and the Jets
Yeah.
at 31st overall. So they're just
Yeah.
scraping the bottom here. So
Yeah.
um, opposed to the Patriots in that number one spot and the Bills in the number 2 spot.
I
No,
can
I'm
I
not. I thought
Yeah.
the Patriots squad was really strong last year. I mean, the Bills, they actually had a really strong pass defense, but their rushing
Mhm.
defense was just like so not good at all that
Which,
I mean, like you mentioned, that's why Josh Allen had to be Josh Allen and,
yeah,
Yeah.
through himself passing or rushing generate like 40 points a game. But
yeah. No,
they
I
still
and
have it's still a okay defense and better
Mm,
than the Jets and Dolphins.
and
I
and when
tend
you
to
got
agree.
somebody like Josh Allen, he's only
Yeah.
useful when he's on the field. And so if the
Yeah.
other team is just running the ball and running the ball and running the ball, that clock is just getting sucked out of
Yeah.
there. And
And
Yeah.
that's
so,
kind of the same mindset that I feel like Dan Campbell has sometimes where he's like, "Hey, well, we
Oh
have the best offense in the league. Why does defense matter?"
boy.
right, we'll just score 100 points. Well, if they're
Right.
not on the field, you can't score 100 points. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's a pretty good point. I can
Good
agree with
point.
that. Okay, well, that brings us to the flight command, the guy behind the mic, or the guys behind the mic. Considering defensive coordinators and things like that, and we do have some changes here.
Yeah.
You got those, Giovanni?
Yep. Uh. So. Joe Brady to the Bills. Um. Uh. Jeff Halfley to the Dolphins.
Yep, that's it.
Um. That's it.
It's,
Okay.
it's the only new changes, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Vrabel,
Vrabel
Mike
and
Vrabel at the Patriots, who's
yeah.
going through other kind of problems, and
Yeah.
Aaron Glenn,
And Glenn,
who
former Detroit
former
defense,
D,
by the
D
way.
coordinator, and I
Yeah.
feel like they like Aaron Glenn. I feel
Yeah.
like just like the Browns, when you're coaching a team that's dysfunctional, in a sense of like how can you blame the coach for a bad team being bad?
Yeah.
Um, but I think they like him. Um, so I mean, he was hired in January of last year.
Yeah.
And so he got one full year in as the Jets coach. I'm
Yeah.
assuming he's going to pilot this ship and then they'll see where they go. If they
Yeah.
are liking the looks of that first overall draft pick, you
Yeah.
very well could see them fire him and say, you know what, we're bringing in a brand new coach under a brand new quarterback, and we're just
Yeah.
gonna like completely change the direction. But in the same sense, I've seen teams where say like, okay, well, we're gonna keep you as coach. You're gonna play this guy, and then you're our scapegoat. We'll just fire you halfway through the next season if things don't go the way they're supposed to, and bring in somebody different. It all depends on who's available as well, because Mike
Yeah.
McDaniel's is out there as a defensive or an offensive coordinator for the
Offense.
Chargers, and he's an
Yeah.
absolute offensive genius. So he might be playing that card as well, where it's like, hey, I didn't want to be a head coach this year because I know there's going to be a bunch of firings next year and there's going to be a whole lot of opportunity next year. You know what I mean? Like that, he was
Yeah.
like the number one name coming out of last year. Other than maybe Bill Belichick, but
Right.
yeah. So Aaron Glenn, it'd be interesting to see where he goes. But if I
Yeah.
had to say best coach here, I think without a doubt, you got to say our former Ohio State Buckeye, Mike
Mike
Vrabel.
Vrabel.
Yeah.
Not for his
Despite the
off,
shenanigans that's
yeah,
going on.
not for his off-field antics. Um,
Yeah.
that's between him and the Lord. But
Also, Mike Vrabel took the Titans to the AFC Championship game back in 2019 while they were the number 6 seed. Which
yep,
that is a crazy accomplishment, by the way.
he's took two teams to the playoffs, took one
With
team to a Super
Ryan
Bowl,
Tannehill as well.
and he's probably the only. I mean, I might be wrong saying this. Is he the only coach who's actually won a Super Bowl as well?
I don't
Like
know if he
That
as
actually
a
sounds
won a
accurate.
Super
as a
Bowl.
player.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
yeah, because
I'm,
Aaron Glenn
Yeah.
played
I'm
on the
scanning.
Jets, so
Yeah.
like
I'm scanning. No, I don't think so.
Dan
Uh,
Campbell played on the
John
or Dan Campbell.
Harbaugh. No,
No,
Dan
he
Campbell
played on
didn't
the.
win anything. Yeah.
He played Lions, Giants, Cowboys, something like that. Like they
Mm,
were all blue teams, but I don't think he won any
that sounds
Super
like a job
Bowls.
for the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chat need you guys to figure out if there's any other
Hmm.
coaches who have won a Super Bowl as a player.
I don't know,
Okay.
but that always just reminds me of the thing where the NFL films they sit down the coaches and they interview them and did you know this and this statistic? And it's like about one of the coaches that is like Sean McVay in high school won
Yeah.
State
Oh,
Player of the Year over Derrick Henry as running back,
Wow.
and now
That's
That's
Sean
crazy.
wild.
McVay's coaching and Derrick Henry is
That's
still the
wild.
best running back in the league. Like I just saw that the other day. I was like, bro,
That's
is
a
so
pull.
That's
wild.
crazy.
That's a pull right there.
Or like Jim
Yeah.
Harbaugh in the NFL has more like playoff rushing yards than Bo Jackson or something.
Oh my god.
There's just like some wild stuff like that I've seen. It's like,
Hmm.
why this is wild, bro. These
That's
coaches.
wild. That's
And
wild.
how
Yeah.
about John Harbaugh has more Super Bowls than Jim Harbaugh?
Yeah,
This is true. One.
but I think no question Mike Vrabel number one, and then I think
where I went next is who.
Joe
Okay, if we're looking at the
Brady.
2026 season, I'm looking at who has the next best team in this case,
Joe
and that's
Brady. The
that's going to be
Bills.
Joe Brady. I mean, he's
Well,
he's
yeah,
literally.
and-
I think he's handed the keys to like a Mercedes Benz, right? Like a
Yeah.
Lamborghini here.
yeah,
Like-
and the other portion of that for me is he was the team's offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
So
Good
he's already
point.
worked with a lot of these guys, and he knows. And the biggest thing is Josh Allen. You have a piece like Josh Allen on your team, and
Right.
you've already been working with him for years now.
Right.
That is a large head up on, no offense, but a first-year head coach like Jeff Hafley, who is
Right.
Yeah.
inheriting a team with tons of new players. It's a completely new system. They're rebuilding. I think that Joe Brady has a much larger opportunity to succeed, given the circumstances at hand.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And we already went on our tirade about Aaron Glenn.
Yeah.
I do think, looking at what it is, I think he's on the hot seat. If he
Yeah.
has a decent seat, if he can pull wins out of that Jets team, knowing they're going to go get a quarterback next year,
Yeah.
whoever it may be, when he's basically told not to go get wins, which is
Right.
kind of a catch-22. He's in a tough spot right now. He's in a terrible spot.
Yeah.
Now, Jeff Hafley is a new hire. So, and I mean, he was a defensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers,
Packers.
who had one of the best defenses in the league until Micah Parsons got injured.
It's
So
true.
it's like,
True.
I would say that Aaron Glenn is on the hot seat, that I don't think we
Yeah.
would get out of many even Jets fans that they like Aaron Glenn. He's just a questionable coach, guy as a coach, he might not be there next year. So, all right.
Can't argue with that Taylor at all.
Okay. You ready with your calculators?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's see if I can go through these with you here.
Okay.
Bills. We'll start with the Bills.
Okay.
4 points for quarterback, another 4 for running back. That's 8.
Okay.
2 points for wide receiver. That's 10. 4
Okay.
points, wingman 2. That's 14. Wait, right? 14? No. Yeah.
Yeah, 14.
14. I'm just going to do
Yeah.
it without reading all the other stuff. All right. 14.
Okay.
Tight end 17. Air defense, give them 6. So that's 23.
Yeah.
And then flight command is another 3. 26.
Bingo.
That's going to put them up at the top for us as far as teams. I mean, that's one of the best ones we've had, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously.
There you go.
Boom.
26 points.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Patriots, here we go. 3 points for the quarterback.
Okay.
Another point. So 4,
Okay.
8,
Boom.
11, 15. And then 8 is 23.
Yeah.
And then another 4, 27. Patriots,
Oh,
27.
that's interesting.
Well,
I think the big
it's
one
fair
there
to
was
say-
defense.
fair to
the
say
defense
that-
we factored in.
Yeah.
it's the defense. I mean, but not a big
Yeah.
difference, right? I mean, you're talking 1
Right.
point here. And you're talking about the the number 1 defense versus the number 2 defenses in the respective division.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go Jets here.
Jets.
Jets, we got 1 point. Then
Okay.
goes up to 3,
Okay.
6, 8, 10,
8,
12,
okay.
14. Only 14 points.
Okay.
No bueno. Can you guys see that? Put something
Yeah,
there?
we can.
Good. 14. All right.
Okay. Dolphins. Okay.
Dolphins. We got 2 points, then 3. That's 5. 6,
Okay.
7, 8.
6,
12.
12.
14.
Okay.
So also 14.
14.
All right.
Okay.
And this, if I'm being honest, this is about how I saw it going down, where you have two extreme competitors, 2 of arguably the best teams in the league, and then 2 stinkers, 2 of the worst teams in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and this is how the division panned out last year.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so yeah.
In our personal opinion, the Patriots will win the AFC East. In our personal opinion.
According to our graphic, the Patriots have the best chance to win, right? That makes sense?
Yeah.
Agree with that? Okay.
Agree.
All right. Here we go. All right. So that concludes the AFC East. And the New England Patriots winning the AFC East. Supposed to be AFC East, yeah. Best quarterback, best wide receiver 1. I'm sorry, second best quarterback. Not a strong running back room, but they upgraded in that wide receiver room in both wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 2, and then they just lead the pack with tight end, defense, and coach. Yeah. So, Chris, is that your cousin, Giovanni?
Uncle, by the way.
Uncle. Okay, uncle. Yeah, Mike Ditka did. He did win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I was thinking current coaches, but he is one of them. Yep. He is one of them that has won and played won a Super Bowl as a player. Agreed.
Yeah, he's my second uncle.
Mike Singletary was another one. If you're going the 86 Bears route. So.
Yeah.
All right.
NFC East.
NFC East.
I think this might be a tough one, maybe.
This one's going to be a tough one. This is one I couldn't, when I sat back at the beginning of the week and I was like, oh, what are we going to do here? This was one of the ones where I was like, I don't know this spot. And, the more I looked at it, I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready for this. So,
yeah,
I am going to start off with another blind resume. Here we go.
Okay.
And see how good you are at this, Cooper, if you can figure it out.
Oh boy.
All right. I'll make this quick. This quick for the viewers at home.
Okay.
High volume pocket general. So think cerebral, orchestrating the pack, that kind of thing. And what I did was I did last year's stats to mid-season, because if you remember, there was a specific quarterback in the NFC East that was injured about halfway through the season. So what I wanted to do was like season-ending injury. I wanted to take the stats at about that pace and kind of let you guys kind of like culminate on that idea or that thought. Okay. So high volume pocket general, this half a season. Remember that.
Yeah.
Halfway through the season, this individual had close to 2,300 yards passing, 17 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and only one rushing touchdown.
Okay.
Around 69-70% completion percentage, and he's the undisputed volume passing king of the division through week 9. Commands fast-paced aerial attack led by a group in pass attempts, completions, passing yards, and passing touchdowns. So he led basically the entire division last year at that mark.
Okay.
Player B. So I'm up here. I'm in the top right-hand corner here. Player B is the ultimate efficient machine, meaning he is going to do what he is asked. 16 touchdowns, 1 interception halfway through the year. 5
That's
rushing
insane.
touchdowns. Okay. 70%, above 70% completion percentage, virtually flaw-free quarterback play through the first half of the season, and boasted an absurd 21 total touchdowns and just 1 interception. Leading all 4 ball carriers in a total touchdown output. Okay?
Okay.
Following me still?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Explosive rookie spark. All right. Probably shouldn't have put rookie in there, but this
Yeah.
individual,
Yeah, that's your bad.
my bad. This individual
Yeah.
halfway through the year only had about 1,200 passing yards, but 10 touchdowns.
Mhm.
And mind you, he didn't start the first couple of games. 10 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 4 rushing touchdowns. So his volume wasn't quite as much. So he didn't start till week 4, and halfway
Yeah.
through the year had 10 passing touchdowns, 3
Mhm.
interceptions, and 4 rushing touchdowns. Super aggressive, downfield passer, dual threat, goal line rushing, big, strong, fast, explosive player.
Mhm.
Player D, the dynamic playmaker. So he had about 1,200, almost, we'll call 1,300, just rounded up, passing
Okay.
yards, 8 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 2 rushing touchdowns. Was averaging over 200 yards a game, and 46 rushing yards per game, which is a lot for a quarterback.
Yeah.
Battled through a minor injury setbacks, cost him 2 games, so he sat for 2 games, but remained consistent threat with his legs, leading the group by rushing yards, 46, while keeping his turnovers low.
Okay.
Before
So do you
you
want me
try
to?
and guess,
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
who it is,
Okay.
who would you say would probably be the number 1 out of those?
This
I'll go
is
back
kind
to
of
that.
tough for me, but I am going to say this is a spicy take. Give me Dak Prescott.
No. Who do
You're not
you?
supposed to say who it is.
Oh,
Which
oh,
Which
player?
sorry,
player
sorry,
A, B,
A,
C,
sorry.
or D?
player
Sorry.
A, player B, player C, and player D? Which one do you believe? Looking at the stats and looking at their
Yeah.
intangibles, things like being consistent or rushing, the ability, two-way player rushing the ball, or just kind of, having the highest floor. Being the most consistent, having stats that weren't maybe the best, but you were in the top 1 or 2 in each category, those kinds of things.
I'm
Which
gonna say
which
player
one then?
B. Player
Okay,
B.
player B, ultra efficient. You're going to get, maybe second best passing yards, a bunch of touchdowns, and not a lot of turnovers. Somebody who's going to command the field, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Cooper.
Yeah, I can't lie, and this is a tough division. I'm between player A and player B, but honestly, I'm gonna go with player A personally.
Okay. Do you know who they are?
I do know who they all are.
Player A is who?
Dak Prescott.
Okay. Player B
Nice
is
job.
who, Giovanni?
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. So
Player
player
C
C would
is
be Jackson Dart. And then
And
so
that would
player
be Jaden
player
Daniels.
J would be Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
So in not very fair to Jaden Daniels, he had a rough year.
Right.
I mean,
I was gonna say,
an
looking at that, I was like,
explosive rookie year,
yeah.
a rough
Yeah.
sophomore year. And then when I say rough, I
Yeah.
mean not that he couldn't do anything, but I mean he was beat up, and that elbow injury
Yeah.
looked absolutely disgusting. I mean, it went
Yeah.
the opposite. It looked like his leg. I mean,
That looked like
you're
Alex
really
Smith's leg.
you're really hoping he doesn't turn into RG3 2.0. That
No,
that
Yeah.
kind of
that'd
thing.
be
Like
terrible.
it's
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like a redskin, I mean, a commander's curse, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I
And it's tough because it was a sophomore slump that was,
Go
I mean,
ahead.
like you said, really out of his control.
it
Because
wasn't
even
like he was putting up bad numbers when he was
Yeah,
putting up numbers.
why when he was healthy and playing, he was playing well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean,
And we always talked about players could have a sophomore slump. Did you think Jan Daniels had that?
Well,
I
statistically, he was, last year, I mean, he was the worst statistically, but it's because he didn't play.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
it was a matter of him just not being able to play, not necessarily he played and played poorly. He just wasn't able to play, and so yes, there was a sophomore slump in a sense of he couldn't play.
Okay.
Okay, so that brings me to my pick. I'm gonna have to go with Giovanni on this one. I've been
Okay.
kind of me and Giovanni have been butting heads on some of these ones, but I'm on your side now, Giovanni.
Okay.
I have to go with Jalen Hurts, and only because he
There you
is
go.
the most efficient. He's won a Super Bowl. He's
Yeah.
under a great coach and a great system. Got a great running back to kind of like take
Saquon
the
Barkley.
rushing threat off of him.
Hmm.
You know exactly what you're going to get from him, and I think that a lot of times Philadelphia
Yeah.
fans are they're
It's
good,
crazy.
they're good sports fans, but
But they could be crazy at
but what that
sometimes.
turns into is when they lose their minds. And
Yeah.
you're going to lose a game. Like when was the last time we saw a team go undefeated? It was like the
No
74
one.
Dolphins, right? And
74
so
Dolphins.
I don't know, it might not be
Oh,
74. Maybe
72 Dolphins. 72 Dolphins,
there you
not
go.
74.
So yeah, in my opinion, I would have to take Jalen Hurts here.
Okay.
And that's just 2-1. I have to take
Okay.
Jalen Hurts over Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said,
fair enough. I was between the two of them. Like,
I
We're
know you
still
were.
giving respect to
Yeah.
Dak.
of course, yeah.
With a sophomore slump, do you feel? Here's where I'll let you kind of voice it, Cooper. Do you feel that Dak Prescott is better than Jaden Daniels, or going to have a better year?
And that's a tough one because we're saying like hypothetically, Jaden Daniels doesn't get hurt, right? He brings all this to the passing and the rushing game. I I don't know. And again, this is one where it's like,
46 yards per game as a
yeah,
quarterback.
That's
It's
really
yeah.
impressive.
good.
No,
Oh,
that's
that's
very
impressive.
good as a
Okay.
And
quarterback. Yeah,
it's
that's
not like they have nobody in the running back position. They got Bill
Crosby
Krosky Merritt
Merritt.
all
Yeah.
last year and
Yeah.
um, Rashad White. They,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like it's tough. And again, it's a big what if of what if he can stay healthy and what if he can get back into a good rhythm like that rhythm he had in his rookie year. But
So he did get back. They did
right,
bring him back at the end of last season, only for it to be like, "Hey, my arm's hurting again." So you do
right.
worry about that. Like, what Jaden Daniels are you going to see walk back out onto the field there? Now,
And
statistically,
so that's
here's what I will say. Like, if this
okay.
was a fantasy football session, I mean, this isn't. This is a who's going to lead your team to more wins. I mean, Jaden Daniels is going to put up if he's healthy, he's putting up better numbers, like by and large. I mean, the rushing touchdowns, the rushes, um, and I really think that Jackson Dart, no shame to Jackson Dart. I think that Jackson Dart he's gonna pan out to be an explosive player. Kind of reminds me of like a Baker Mayfield. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a
With the
little bit
Browns.
bigger and athletic. But he's got a little moxie to him, and I kind of like that at times. Sometimes it's like, okay, you got to know when to turn it off, though,
You
too.
gotta. I was gonna say you gotta have a off switch because then you
Yeah,
get like,
Yeah.
concussion.
then
Yeah,
Yeah.
you start putting your helmet in
that's.
places it doesn't belong. And
But that's
you
why
know,
him and Scat are such a dynamic duo.
Yeah.
the Bash Bros. Yeah,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is a tough one here because I think that we're going to take some heat. I think we're going to take
Yeah.
some heat if we put Jaden Daniels at 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
I
and
also agree with you in saying that Dak Prescott might be. I mean, he's consistent. He's very consistent. You
I
know,
think just because of the fact that Jaden Daniels is coming back from injury and off of a unfortunate season, Dak Prescott has that higher floor. We know what to expect from him. Um, he
yeah,
and he has Jaden Daniels, great passer, but I think Dak Prescott
Yeah.
has a bigger pocket presence. Like him and CD is a crazy 1-2 to have on
Yeah.
your team.
Yeah.
And I
And George
think,
Pickens.
Yeah.
yeah,
Right. Right.
Yeah.
There
And
you go.
right now, Washington's number one is Terry McLaurin,
Yeah.
who's still doing amazing things. He's got a little
Yeah.
bit more age on both those guys, Pickens and Lamb. But as far as like secondary options in Washington, there's not a whole lot to hang your hat on. You got
right.
Antonio Williams and Dyami Brown, and Traylon Burks, but like
Bugs.
those guys aren't, they're not lighting up a scoreboard at any time.
No.
Not consistently anyway. So I really think that what's going to happen is because they have no one's who's going to like demand pressure. Jaden Daniels is going to take a lot of heat, and I think that helps that he's very quick and agile and he can run. But like you saw last season, that catches up to quarterbacks. I mean, you saw with Jackson Dart too. He was under percussion protocol for quite a bit as well. So
Yeah.
I think that this is one that I am going to have to I'm gonna have to justify to the
Yeah. I'm
online
so sorry, Commanders fans, if you're watching.
armchair quarterbacks here.
I'm so sorry, Commanders fans.
Yeah, but I do think that Dak Prescott has better weapons,
Yeah.
and I think that he's proven that he can put his team in that chance. Now, I will say this: JD5 has put his team into the NFC East or NFC Championship game
Right?
where they absolutely got waxed. But
I'm so yeah.
but at
We're
the
not
same
getting
time,
back.
he's done it. He's done more
Yeah.
than Dak has. I don't think Dak hasn't been to an NFC Championship game
No way.
Yeah.
with those same weapons. So
Yeah.
that's just one
And
where
this is gonna be one where we have to like look back and review in the middle of the season and see how our takes aged and whatever.
Oh.
See if we were spot on, or if we were maybe slightly off like normal. But
don't forget, it's not about being right. It's about sounding confident.
yeah.
Yeah.
You don't
Well-
you don't want to be uncertain. You want to be like, well, here's the deal. Dak Prescott is gonna have a better season than Jaden Daniels. Is that completely true?
Maybe.
I don't know.
it's gonna be interesting.
We'll have to
for
see.
sure.
I
It
mean,
will.
this
It
is what's
will.
fun about it is saying whatever you want and then seeing where you fall on the scale of right versus wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might be one of those where we add this here in it, and we
Could
say
go
that
either way.
yeah, it could go either way.
Yeah.
We don't know.
We don't know. We don't know either.
We don't know till we know. One of
Yeah.
those. So, okay, and
Okay.
well, that leaves us with Jackson Dart, where I think
Number
that he'll
one.
be okay,
Number 4.
and he'll put up some numbers, but
Yeah.
he's not quite there yet.
Yeah, he's not
Simple
there
as
yet.
that. Simple as that. Strike force. Let's go running backs.
Running backs.
I don't think that this one will be quite as hard.
No.
But maybe one of them I think might be a little bit difficult. I think that one is pretty simple. I think that Saquon Barkley, he has had just an outstanding couple years. I mean, I'd say the last 3 years he's been absolutely dominant, barring injuries.
I was baffled when he went to Philly, and I was like, well, he is getting a bit older, and then he got better.
Yeah.
Almost had
Yeah.
like one of the
And
best
he was-
seasons of all time.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
crazy to me because I just always remember, and he's been in the league for a long time.
Yeah.
He was playing with
Since
OBJ on the
2018.
Giants,
Right.
And don't
And he
forget
was good
OBJ's
then.
back with the Giants.
and he's good now, and it's
Yeah.
ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
We came along a lot farther than this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next
Now that-
one. I don't.
number 2 spot.
Number 2 spot could be a
Number
question
2.
mark between Javonte Williams and Cam Scatterbo. But I think that
Yeah.
Cam Scatterbo he's just that hard nosed bull in a china shop. Like you're gonna have you and 3 of your buddies are gonna have to take me down kind of guy.
Yeah.
And I don't think
Yeah.
that'll pan out for him in the long run. I think he's an
No,
exciting running back,
yeah.
but I don't think
Yeah.
he's. I mean, Javonte Williams had a great year last year, a quiet,
Yeah.
good year last year. And I
Yeah.
really think that, he could repeat that. I mean, I think that
Yeah.
he could do the same thing all over again,
Oh,
and just do
yeah.
it all over. So,
I agree with that.
Yeah. And I think my message to Cam Scatterbill, listen, buddy, the best ability is availability. When you are giving yourself concussions every other week, it's just not sustainable.
There you
or
go,
or doing
Crew.
backflips on the stage after you've had a knee injury.
He is a daredevil.
He's something, all right, man.
Yeah.
To
He
finish
was a
off,
sun devil. That's what he was.
he's a
Just
Sun
like
Devil. Sun Devil.
Brian Robinson.
Yeah. So to round off the NFC East at the running back position, you have Cam Scatterbill, and then you have Rashad White and Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, or Bill Krosky-Merritt, as they call him. Bill,
Yeah.
not the science guy. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, that's going to be running back by committee. Not saying that they're not going to be good, but they're just not going to put up the same numbers. Rashad White coming from Tampa Bay, he was lacking there as well. Just wasn't really the high volume, high performing running back. And so I think that they're going to be the weakest at the running back position in the NFC East. All right, that brings us to wide receiver 1. And I think that without question, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the number 1 wide receiver we've seen have
Devontae.
almost MVP years is CeeDee Lamb.
Oh, CeeDee Lamb. Okay.
Yeah, I think that CeeDee Lamb is by far better than Devontae, Malik, and Terry. But that's going to put us into a tough spot for that number 2.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb is an absolute monster, and I'm gonna
when
come out
he's
and say,
healthy.
I'm sick of him torching the Lions on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it. Or
well, even if they do win, even if the Lions do win,
the Cowboys didn't even play the Lions on Thanksgiving.
Whenever we play them, CeeDee Lamb has 200 yards. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
he's a monster. Bro.
That's on the Lions defense. Yeah. We're gonna put that one on the Lions.
Yeah,
and it's on CeeDee Lamb for being so freaking good.
He's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good. Give credit where credit's due. He's pretty good. Okay, and here's where we are gonna get torched.
Yeah.
One way or another. I mean, it's
so what do we need here? We need a blind.
Oh boy.
We need another blind ranking. Okay, here we go.
All right.
Wide receivers.
Okay.
Player A, high volume alpha. Okay, so there's the stats. He's looking at about 11 yards per reception with 9 touchdowns last year and almost 1,500 receiving yards. Gets about 10 targets a game. I mean, when you put these into your head and you think, where is that putting them as stats? He's getting a lot of touches, right? Yeah. It's an absolute target magnet who's posted massive 109 catches during his rookie year alone. Had 1,200 receiving yards as a rookie. Boasted the highest per game floor and target share of the group. Though it operates at a lower average depth of target compared to the others. So catches a lot of balls for a lot of yards. I mean, smooth technician. This individual has 385 receptions, 5,000 yards on the career with 31 touchdowns. Only averages about 4.8 receiving yards. 4.8 receptions per game. That's 62 yards per game. So this person is the epitome of consistency and durability, featuring three 1,000-yard campaigns in the first 5 seasons. Offers high route running efficiency and reliability in the hands. while operating alongside another primary target in a balanced offense. And then we have our explosive veteran, 500 receptions. So just about 100 more receptions than the other person, about 2,000 more than player B.
Yeah.
But the highest of the group in yards per reception with 14 yards per reception. Has 41 touchdowns on the career. So take that as you may compared to receptions. This guy is a proven deep threat, red zone weapon who commands the highest yards per catch and peak single season touchdown output of 13 touchdowns, which is pretty good. A consistent 1,000 yard producer who stretches defenses vertically. So he is a vertical threat here.
Okay.
What are we thinking?
I'm thinking player B.
Okay. Cooper?
Yeah. And again, it's a tough one because these are all three really good wide receivers. But I would actually.
Why we're doing this?
Oh. I'm between A or B, and I think I'm gonna go. Man, I'm gonna go with player A, just because of how such a high ceiling he has.
Do you know who they are?
I do.
I mean, I would venture to say
Yeah, I do.
you probably do. All right, who's player A?
Malik Neighbors.
There you go.
Okay.
Player B is Devontae Smith.
Player B is DeMonte Smith.
And then player C is Terry McLaurin.
There you go.
Hey, I said he has the highest ceiling. What the heck?
There you go. Look at that. We're all simpatico. All right. So, yeah, we have the highest ceiling. This individual could be the best out of all three. He is a big body. His highlight reel is sick on some of those catches that he had.
And
just the one-handed catches in the end. Yeah. And I mean, he only played one season. He got bumped out of last season, which between him and Jackson Dart, like, could have had an amazing season, but
the MetLife turf killed him.
So bad knee injury. They still don't know if he's gonna be ready to go week 1.
Yeah, they don't know.
They're thinking like week 4 at this moment.
Yeah,
so it's not good. That's not
it's
good.
It's not good.
But like we said, if he's healthy, which it's not looking like he's going to be very healthy, at least for most of the season, which isn't good for a team like the Giants who are like fighting for that 500 level. They need a high performer who's going to take pressure off of Scattaboo and Dart. You know, what teams will do is they'll just walk 8 or 9 defenders up into the box and just shut them down. So they need him. With that being said, I don't think he's going to be ready to go as much
that's true.
as these other guys. Now, the highest floor. Devontae Smith is now the number 1 in an already established very good offense with a very good quarterback, very good running back, very good coach. And you know you're going to get consistency out of him. I mean, he's only 10 touchdowns behind Terry McLaurin in probably what is 2 seasons. So that's he's only 1 season behind him statistically.
Yeah. What I find really interesting about a player like Devontae Smith is he's very skinny and very light.
So small.
And he's like not he's not one of those players where they're injured like all the time. Like he is, like you said. I mean, he's very consistent, and I feel like you know what to expect out of him.
He's so small. But he's a technician, right? His routes are perfect.
Stretched at all. Like that's his actual skinniness.
Yeah, he's gonna get to a spot, and he's gonna be wide open, and he's gonna catch it. And he might not run for a bunch of yards after that, but he's going to break down a defense is what he's going to do. Now, here's where I'll say some nice things about Terry McLaurin.
Yeah.
The dude like takes over games. It blows my mind how he makes some of the catches. Like, I'm not talking about like the freak athlete catches. I'm talking about how did that ball end up in his hands catches. I mean, there's been a couple plays in end zones or on the sideline where you have a guy literally draped over top of him and the ball finds like right in between his arm and his concentration is right there. And I mean, he's been a consistent number one wide receiver on a bad team with not a great quarterback for years. I mean, uh, last year, Marcus Mariota was thrown to him.
Yeah.
They re-signed that contract, and he could have taken off a year, but put down stats, but he didn't. He's still one of the best. So this is where, and it's gonna stink because I think that I'm gonna put our highest ceiling player probably behind these two guys.
Yeah.
I
And
I'm
I
not
think that
I'm not
the main reason for
disagreeing.
that being injury, but
Injury,
still,
we haven't seen a lot, and the other two guys have better quarterbacks.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that if I have to decide, I'm taking Devontae Smith, and I'm putting him at that second best wide receiver in the division. I think we agreed on that one.
Yeah.
And then I think that Scary Terry might be a little bit better than Malik,
Yeah.
only because I think we know what we're going to get out of Terry, and
Yeah.
we don't. There's a lot of question marks surrounding Malik right now.
Yeah. I would definitely agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts there?
No, I think we got it all.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Let's go to Wingman 2.
Wingman 2.
Let's go. This is an easy one.
Yeah.
So good they had to put a franchise tag on a number 2 wide receiver.
George Pickens. Mm-hmm. Oh,
And that's just wild.
yeah.
Wild, right?
He was
I
literally
think
considering leaving the Cowboys.
Oh, he was definitely going to leave the Cowboys. They had to put that franchise tag on him.
Yeah.
And I think that Jerry Jones is starting to figure it out, and I do think that he said that he was going to spend some money, like let's win now rather
Yeah.
than later.
Oh, well, it only took him how old is he? 130?
Jerry
Like
Evans.
90 years. Like,
Jerry
boy.
Jones.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
they were good. They were good in the early '90s, mid
Oh
'90s.
boy.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's only
But
it's only
I
been
mean,
30 years.
anyway.
Yeah.
the fact that you can have a player like George Pickens at your wide receiver 2 spot and CeeDee Lamb as your 1 and Dak Prescott as your quarterback.
And Javonte Williams is your running back. Like,
Yeah.
This
think
is why
that-
they have one of the best, and especially their passing offense is just so monstrous.
Here's what I'll say. People love to hate the Cowboys, and for good reason. I mean,
Oh yeah,
the Cowboys, they're just Jerry Jones and all of that. It's just they're a hateable team. You hate to say that, but they're a hateable team.
For like 30 years now.
Yeah, but like at the same time, they have a great offense. I mean, when you look back, they were putting up crazy numbers, and then they started to figure it out on defense at the end of last year, which is then it was too late,
stupid.
but it was kind of scary, right?
Yeah. And also without Micah Parsons.
Well, and they traded away their best defensive player
a week before week 1. That's crazy.
Well, I think Jerry Jones was tired of fighting with him, and he said, "You know what? I'm in charge here."
Yeah.
All right, that brings us to our number 2 in the division. Number two.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have a whole lot to go off of here. Your other number 2s are Mekhi Lemon, Antonio Williams, and Darnell Mooney. And yeah, it's like that. The Eagles drafted Mekhi Lemon out of USC, and he
won the Biletnikoff Award.
He is a highly touted, fast, good. He's going to take pressure off Devontae Smith. This was a huge pickup by the Eagles. I think this was a big thing. And I think that out of those, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, out of the other number 2s,
Okay.
Mackay is probably the best. I mean, yes, we haven't
Yeah.
seen a whole lot, but I think he has,
Yeah.
again, the highest ceiling, but he's not coming off an injury. He's coming off of a Biletnikoff award, like Giovanni said, and he
Yeah.
could be really good. He could end up being their number one if they choose to go that route and just keep Devontae Smith doing what Devontae Smith does.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, Mekhi Lemon was a dog at USC.
Yeah.
When you beat Jeremiah Smith in an award contest,
That's crazy.
you got to be pretty good. I mean, that
Yeah.
and there might have been voter bias or whatever, Ohio State, whatever.
Yeah.
Still got to put up some numbers. There has to be something to back it. So,
Right.
Mekhi Lemon was a beast at USC.
Yeah.
The next one that I have, only because again, like I'm kind of excited to see where it goes, is Antonio Williams. He was drafted in the
Okay.
third round out of Clemson by Washington.
Yeah.
And the only reason I have him
Yeah.
above Darnell Mooney is because, Darnell Mooney is, he's switching teams this last year. He's getting up there. He hasn't put up good numbers in the past.
Yeah.
Decent numbers, but not anything that I think that Antonio Williams couldn't put up. So I think that I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts? I have Antonio Williams above Darnell Mooney in that third spot here.
I can agree with you.
Yeah, it's tough, but I would agree with you as well.
Okay. We're not showing much love to the Giants here, are we?
Yeah.
Nah,
Sadly.
I think it's earned, but
Yeah.
not much love.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Checking
Oh.
this all.
Oh.
It's all right, Javon. There we go. All right. Tight ends.
Tight ends.
I didn't think this one was as bad. From what I've seen, over the last couple years, I think the only two that were really close is going to be Dallas Goedert and Jake Ferguson.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Jake Ferguson had a really good rookie year and then has kind of like tapered off a little bit.
Yeah.
I go ahead, Giovanni.
I would put Dallas Goedert at number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I agree
would
with
agree
you.
with that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I gotta say, Isaiah Likely was really good when he played in Baltimore.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong.
And he's staying with his coach too. I
Yeah,
really think
John Harbaugh.
I really think that all three of them are like we're splitting hairs here.
Yeah.
But I mean it's going to come down to like quarterback position. It's going to come
Yeah.
down to, offensive scheme, that kind of stuff. I think that in my opinion Ferguson is just going to edge out Likely.
I agree.
And
Yeah, I agree.
it's going to be interesting to see how good he is when you don't have Mark Andrews lining up next to you, taking off
Yeah.
some. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baltimore is running a two tight end system, and I think that took some pressure off Likely in a sense of, he didn't draw all the attention from that safety watching him. So, the Washington tight end is ready for this. Try not to butcher
Yeah.
it.
Chigakonkwo.
Chigakonkwo. Good job.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I think we did this last week where you
We
were
did.
like, no,
Yeah.
tight ends, if you asked me who the Washington tight end was, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was because we were talking about how good the NFC North's tight ends are
Yeah.
compared to other divisions. And here's an example of that. I think that, while Dallas Goedert and Jake Ferguson are good, I don't know if Jake Ferguson would be in the top 4 of the NFC North. Right? I mean, he might fall in there even with Hawkinson.
I don't know.
But I would say that Laporta, Loveland, and Kraft are all better than the number 2 of the NFC East.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Anyways,
Anyways, defense. Let's talk about
defense.
defense. NFC East defense. Here we go.
Okay.
Um, Eagles are going to be ranking wise. Okay, so this is the pros are ranking them. Eagles are going to have the number one statistic defense.
Yeah.
Ranked number 5 out of the NFL. The let's see here. Next would be
Mm,
oh boy.
definitely
The
not
next
the
would be
Cowboys.
next would be the Giants at 22, Cowboys at
Yeah.
23, and Commanders at 28.
Okay.
Pretty impressive from the Giants here. But I
Yeah.
Yeah.
think
Well, I mean,
that's where they've put their chips.
yeah.
Um,
Brian
Yeah.
Burns, Abdul Carter, most
Yeah.
mhm.
recently.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Kayvon Thibodeau.
Right.
Mhm.
They
Yeah.
No,
lose
they have
Dexter
some
Lawrence.
great rushers, Dexter Lawrence, but they gained, draft picks and
Right.
Yeah. He's with the Bengals.
mhm. So
Yeah.
I'm just following for this one. It's usually based off of player and personnel and performance. So are you guys opposed to Eagles, Giants, Cowboys, Commanders?
I would agree
Uh,
with that tier.
yeah.
I would agree.
I'm
Okay.
not opposed to that at all.
Okay.
Okay. Commanders.
Commanders. Boom.
Okay.
All right.
That brings us to flight command coaching.
All right.
So we got Nick
And
Sirianni, Mount Union graduate Nick Sirianni. You got
and the
John
new.
Harbaugh
Oh, I was
coming
just
over.
gonna say.
John Harbaugh coming over from the Ravens.
Yeah.
Brian Schottenheimer with the
Schottenheimer
Cowboys, and Dan
and
Quinn with
Dick
the
Quinn.
Commanders.
Yeah.
I gotta now. You can't use Super Bowl because Sirianni
Yeah.
and Harbaugh both have a Super Bowl.
Right.
But I gotta say right now, Nick Sirianni he's a good coach. I feel so bad for him. I think sometimes he overthinks himself and he gets too emotional, and sometimes he lets his emotions get the best of him, both on and off the field. But at the same time, he's been to 2 Super Bowls back to back, won one of
Yeah.
them, absolutely dominated the Patrick Mahomes healthy Chiefs.
Yeah.
And that defense is good right now. Cooper DeJean
Yeah.
and those guys, they fly to the ball. So
Yeah.
in
Reed
my opinion, Nick
Blankenship.
Good kid.
Sirianni's is the first. But with that being said, I do think that John Harbaugh, he's going to have the most experience winning.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And so I have to go with him. I know he just got fired from Baltimore, but I really
Yeah.
think that was a big surprise to everyone. I didn't
Yeah.
think that they saw that coming. I think that this was hey, we want to keep Lamar Jackson happy,
Yeah.
and that might mean changing the look of the offense, changing the look of the defense, that kind of stuff. And so I'm going to have to say that with Flight Command, I have to put
Okay.
John Harbaugh up there. What do you
That's
think?
understandable for me.
Yeah, and with Nick Sirianni, I don't know if you guys saw, but NFL Films did a piece on Larry Karras, the longtime head coach of Mount
I didn't see
Union,
this.
and they
The
showed
Larry
this
Karras
portion
coaching
where
tree.
Yeah.
yeah, they showed like kind of the coaching tree, and they showed him hanging out at Eagles practice, and Coach Sirianni was like showing him the play card, and he's like he never shows anyone the play card, but he'll show Larry Karras. And
Larry Karras.
I think it's kind of just a testament to like what's Sirianni comes from, and him and John Harbaugh both have experiences of winning at
Right.
all levels of the game. But again, I do give Nick Sirianni the edge there. And then when we get to these 3 and 4 spots between Schottenheimer and Quinn, it
Yeah.
gets a little muddy, I think.
Yeah.
I think if nothing else, because the thing is, Dan Quinn's coming from the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan
Mhm.
Quinn takes a bad team, gets a new toy, a Jaden Daniels,
Mhm.
and takes him to the AFC East championship game.
NFC East championship.
NFC East championship game.
Yeah.
And you have to give him credit there. Last year's
Yeah.
season is a fluke because, well, that
Lots
new
of
toy
injuries.
got broken.
Yeah.
Brian Schottenheimer, I mean, he's a first-year coach. He'll be better next year. I mean, if you look
Yeah.
at this graphic, the Cowboys should be pretty good,
Yeah.
but
It's kind of tough.
it's a tough one. I think that Dan Quinn taking a team
To
first
the
year
NFC
to the
championship
champ.
game.
Yep. It is worthy of us saying, hey, this guy actually, he might know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Agree or disagree with that, but
Absolutely agree with
the
this one.
online critics, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it is what it is, right?
Yep. Right.
Okay.
I'll get the caps ready.
And you could really, we could do this here too again.
Get that little arrow in there.
Put our little arrows here. Say these two could go either way.
Yeah. Right.
All right. So let's tally this up here and kind of wrap up. We've got, let's start with the Eagles here since they're kind of in that first spot here. We got the 4 points for quarterback. So 4 and 4, 8, 11, 14, 18.
Okay.
8 is 26, 27. We got a new high.
There we go.
27.
All right.
All right. Let's do the next one down. Let's go Cowboys. Du Bois.
Yep.
3, 6, 10, 14. 17. And for 21. 22.
Okay.
Not bad, but
not
compared
bad
to the Eagles, just not enough.
Yeah.
No, it's not enough.
Not enough.
All right. Let's go to the Washington Commanders. We got 2 points for a quarterback, 1 point for a running back. So that's 3.
Okay.
2, another 5.
Okay.
Wingman is wide receiver 2, another 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, dear Lord. That might be our worst one yet.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because I think for me what feels weird about doing this is the points total. Keep in mind that is only the team within the division.
Correct.
The Commanders, in my opinion,
in the
are
division,
better than the Jets and the Dolphins.
Yes.
But because they're in such a competitive division, their score is this low, and that's something that we have to keep in mind. It's all comparative.
Yeah, it's comparative in the division. So if we're saying who is going to win the division, here's the Jimmies and the Joes, and let's stack them up against each other, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, last one.
Giants.
We got 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, and 13.
Okay.
So we're going to take some heat for that.
Yeah, we're going to get
I think there's a lot of people who think that is not the case.
Yeah. We might
and let's look back at it. Is there anywhere the only place I could see where they would switch would be running back, which is no. I think Kim Scadaboo is better.
Yeah.
And then tight end, no.
No.
Yeah, defense.
Yeah.
I think that the Giants defense was decent. Coaching's what got them there, you know.
Yeah.
I think that I got to give it to John Harbaugh over Dan Quinn.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, that
All right.
concludes our NFC East
Okay.
portion of our positional
Okay.
breakdown. According to the
Okay.
graphic that we just produced, we're looking at the Philadelphia Eagles winning the AFC East, at least
NFC East.
NFC East. Oh my goodness, winning the AFC East positionally, right? Break it
Yeah.
down positionally, they are head and shoulders above the rest of the division here, and I think we've seen that for the last 3 or so
Yeah.
years. I think that last year was the first time a team has repeated in the NFC East as divisional champions, that it's kind of
Yeah.
flopped around here and there. So,
Yeah.
any final
Okay.
thoughts on any of that before we get into just around the league,
Nah, I think we
around
covered all
sports?
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
I don't
right.
have anything
So,
else.
Giovanni
so,
Schechter edition.
so with that, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna like kind of like chop it up here. We're talk sports.
Yeah. All right. So clear for takeoff. I got Donovan Mitchell got married to Coco Jones last night.
Gonna have some athletic babies.
Oh yeah, that's a
Yeah.
power couple right there.
That's some
Yeah.
be doing
Definitely way better than
backflip
Travis
dunks.
Kelce and Taylor Swift.
Whoa, no.
Okay. Okay. All
I
right.
don't
Not like
I don't
that.
want the
Not like that.
Swifties. I don't want the
Not like
Swifties
that.
coming at me.
But I'm saying that Coco Jones is better. Maybe.
Maybe.
Okay.
We'll cut this
Clear for
part.
takeoff. Tarek Skubal got traded to the Dodgers.
Yeah, I saw
Grounded. Baseball is canceled for 2027.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So
We all knew that was going to happen if that was going to happen.
yep, congratulations on the World Series, Dodgers, and sorry for all baseball fans. There will be no baseball next year.
Oh boy.
It's
so broken, dude.
from the players' side of it, I get it. Like, yeah, I want paid as much as I possibly can at all times. I get that.
Yeah.
From like the fan side of it's like, as a Guardians fan, it's not even fun to watch these games. Like once you get to the playoffs, you're like, oh, every single guy in your lineup is an all-star.
Yeah.
And you have a 4-man pitching rotation of Cy Youngs.
And we decided to poop the bed in the playoffs.
It's not looking good for the Guardians. I know they won today, but it's looking like they might be selling here in a couple days. I'm not. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. They're back around 500 and fighting for that wild card spot now, where it was the division. Now they're going to be clawing for that wild card spot, but never know.
All right. Clear for takeoff, I got LaMelo Ball traded to the Timberwolves, which that is crazy because he just went to the play-in with the Hornets. Isn't that crazy?
The play-in's a joke.
I know, but still, it's crazy.
I mean, we take 10 teams now. There's only like 14 teams in the.
Him and Anthony Edwards is gonna be it's gonna be awesome.
That's showtime right there.
Yeah.
Just
only one.
I mean, I can just.
There's only one basketball.
Telepathically.
Yeah.
Well, telepathically, what I'm seeing right now is LaMelo Ball doing one of those like in between the legs passes that he would throw to Miles Bridges. Now, Miles Bridges, spectacular athlete.
Yeah.
But Anthony Edwards now.
Yeah, not Anthony Edwards. No.
Yeah, definitely not Anthony.
That is just a mind. That's a Showtime combo. Right
that was a crazy trade, though.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
We'll see where it goes for him.
Yep. Clear for takeoff. Top Gun podcast new logo. That is fire.
Yeah.
Good.
I did
glad
see
you,
that.
Glad you approve.
It looks pretty sweet.
Good.
Yeah. Pretty sweet that we got all three of us on the profile pic. That's
the
crazy.
goal.
That's for sure.
Yep. All right, clear for takeoff. I got Cooper and Gavin's birthdays in 5 more days.
Yeah, it's true. It always makes me sad when I get to my birthday because that means school is just around the corner.
Yeah. Well, happy early birthday to you.
I'm trying to enjoy that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll try to keep my mind focused on the present, not try to jump ahead too much. But guys, summer's almost over. We're almost
Yeah.
in the
It's
fall.
it's
Like,
crazy, bro. It's
Don't
crazy.
remind me.
It's
Don't remind me.
crazy.
it's crazy.
Okay. I got a sports a sad moment. It's been a couple months ago, but I want to say this: NASCAR superstar Kyle Busch dies after having pneumonia and sepsis.
Yeah, went
Yeah.
septic. Yep. It was bad. I mean, that's sad. He's my age, so that's tough.
That whole
Yeah,
situation was just, I mean,
I don't
tragic.
know.
Just,
Yeah, it's hard to know what exactly went on there, but
yeah,
that sound great.
yeah. Yep. Okay. I'm gonna say clear for takeoff, I guess. Mario Hazonia has signed with the Cavs.
dude, did
Saw
you
that.
see they already made a mural for him?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
that's
made a
crazy.
Mario Hazonia mural.
The LeBron stopper.
Well, listen, I was up in Cleveland this week, and I thought
I
this was pretty
saw.
fun. Grounded,
I saw that.
grounded is the city of Cleveland because they pulled out all the
Really?
stops to get LeBron. There's a mural on the side of um I almost said uh what is it, the Rocket Arena? And
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
it is an homage to the championship team.
No.
And
Oh
LeBron
boy.
James was like big and dead center. Think of like
Well,
the
they
how
already have a huge thing inside of the arena with the freaking
Yeah.
court on it. Like,
right.
Yeah.
oh my
No,
gosh.
it
That
was
sucks.
So
thirsty
bad.
is what it was. It was thirsty.
Yeah.
And like I don't blame them for trying to do it. I wanted LeBron
Yeah.
James as well, but at the same time, like take
He
it down.
wasn't ring chasing. I
You
think he wanted to be happy.
you
I
got to take it
saw,
down.
yeah. I saw a skit
Yeah.
on it was a little animated bit, and it was like LeBron in a party with Giannis in a Miami Heat facility, and he's like, "Man,
Yeah.
can't believe I'm about to be a member of the Miami Heat." And then like
Yeah.
shoot, Jalen Brown, not Jalen Brown, Jason Tatum knocks on the door. He's like, "Oh yeah, well you should come to Boston because we got Paul George." And he goes,
Absolutely
"You have
not.
Paul." He goes, "You have Paul George." Well then, who's
Heck
playing
no.
for the Sixers? And it just cuts over, and it's Joel Embiid, Jalen Brown, VJ Edgecombe, Tyrese Maxey. And he goes, "Wait a minute. Why would I go to Miami and play with only Giannis when I could go to Philadelphia?" And then it like cuts over, and the Heat and the Cavs are all like
Oh,
crying together. And
I
but I
oh.
mean,
mean,
he
it's
would have
true.
walked
It's
into a
I
like
pretty
didn't
good
see that,
situation in
but
Cleveland
that's
too.
crazy.
that's
In my
it's just
opinion, I
wild,
mean,
man.
we have 3 all-stars in the
Yeah.
starting
Yeah.
lineup.
Mitchell,
It's just
Mobley,
Yeah.
count
just
that.
wild, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a grounded here. Did you saw that Jalen Brunson got 4K by Jalen Brown at Donovan Mitchell's wedding?
I did not see that.
Do
Yeah,
tell.
Jalen Brunson was staring at Jalen Brown's phone. He knew he got caught in 4K. Yeah. Rivals, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Um okay. Clear for takeoff. This is gonna be really special this week because this Wednesday I'm gonna go to lunch with Grady, Dushan, and Sander coming before school starts.
Oh wow, that is cleared for takeoff.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
like
Good deal.
fun.
Yep. I think I got it grounded here. I'm gonna have to say Micah Parsons is now expected to be playing at week 4 instead of week 1.
Yeah.
That is grounded.
He
That is
he messed up that knee.
Yeah, he did.
He messed it up.
a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
Well, is that it for you?
I'm gonna have to say grounded here. Did you saw this one short that Jimmy Haslam was on the press conference or whatever, the interview, and he said, "Oh, me and D were waking up that we lost a bunch of these games that we should have lost to, and these fans were raging every time. I mean, what can you do about it?"
Yeah, Jimmy Haslam's he's got some bigger fish to fry.
Yeah. All right,
mean-
Coop Dog, you got some stuff?
I didn't have too much. Grounded. I don't know if you guys saw. FIFA had this like $20 billion World Cup investment plan, and
I did see that.
they just totally scrapped it.
I did see
Like,
that.
just totally wild.
Mhm.
Cleared for takeoff. The new Spider-Man, guys. It was really good.
Oh, you saw
I
it
don't know.
already?
Don't spoil
I
it. Don't
I did see
spoil
it.
it.
Oh, I need to get caught up on a lot of stuff. I struggle because like I mean streaming nowadays. I just wait till
Yeah.
it comes out and I can watch it on my
Yeah.
TV. But like I do want to see. I want to see Odyssey only
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
I love
that's another one.
history and I do
Oh yeah.
like
Don't
literature.
spoil us now.
I do like literature, so like I do, and Christopher Nolan is a good
Oh
director. So
yeah, he's
Yeah.
fantastic.
regardless of people's opinions of who the actors are, who they should have been, Christopher Nolan's really good at what he does.
The one
Um,
thing about the Odyssey that I found kind of funny was a lot
did
of
you watch
people were
it?
kind of. I didn't
Don't.
watch
Oh,
it,
okay.
but
Boy.
I was at I was at a grad party over the weekend, and I was talking with some people, and
Uh,
they were talking about the Odyssey, and one of them had gone to see it, and then someone was like, "Oh, I don't even know what it's about," and there were multiple people confused. They were like, "Well, what franchise is this?" I'm like, "It's guys, it's not a franchise. It's
It's a
like
standalone. Yeah,
mythology.
yeah.
This is not
Well, I guess
Marvel. This is not
it is a
DC."
franchise. It's called the Iliad,
Right, right. But I'm like,
oh,
they were
or
like, "Well,
the
is this a Marvel movie?" I was like, "No, guys, this isn't like it's not a superhero movie."
no.
But no, I have heard good things about the Odyssey, but I went and I saw the new Spider-Man. It is very good.
Good.
don't spoil me, Cooper.
I won't spoil
because
it.
Yeah, I'll try.
I
not
think
to
you
see
guys
it.
will like it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah,
It's hard.
new Spider-Man is definitely cleared for takeoff. Um, cleared for takeoff. The
Oh.
Commonwealth Games. It's with track and field. It's difficult. You know, some years you have international championships, you have, world championships. Some years you have Olympics, and then some years you get what we have now, which is, well, the Commonwealth Games, which happens, I don't know if it's every year, but it's lesser known, lesser talked about, but there's a lot of great results this year. And guys, the white man 100-meter world record was broken again this year for the second time by an Australian, which is just wild. He was fast, but I think it was like top 30 all time. So, and that's the fastest white man ever, Lachlan Kennedy. But obviously, shout out to him. He's doing things that have never been done before.
Yeah.
And he's had a great season so far. And they are trying out a new world championship thing. Usain Bolt's promoting it. It's just gonna be a thing in the off years where we don't have like World Athletics Federation World Championships or Olympics. So that should be exciting to see. I don't know exactly when that's happening, but all in all, I think I'm excited to see that. You know what else I'm excited to see? Cleared for takeoff, WNBA in Cleveland. They are announcing the team.
It's not going to be the
on the-
Cleveland Rockets
It's
this
not the
time.
Rockers.
No, because of copyright or stuff.
I mean,
I
who
think
owns the rights to that?
they're
I don't
announcing
know.
it in
WNBA?
They're
in a few
announcing it
days?
2 more days.
Yeah, on the 4th. Okay.
That's going to
So,
be crazy for sure.
Yeah. Other than that, I didn't really have anything else. So
Okay.
kick it back to Giovanni, and then we'll see if
Giovanni?
says
Oh,
anything.
I might have 2 more. I'm going to
Okay.
say grounded I got. Los Angeles Lakers forward Arthur Kalmala is going to wear number 47, and he has his nickname AK-47, just like Andre Kirilenko. This is crazy.
Andre Kirilenko. He was a beast.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was so good.
Yeah.
AK-47.
Yep.
Copy.
I got another grounded here. Did you saw that the Kawhi Leonard stuff is going on right now, and that's why the trade to Toronto has not been
Mhm.
finalized yet?
Yeah, there was some shady stuff with Steve Ballmer and Kawhi
Yeah.
and like how they were paying Kawhi.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
like
yeah.
how some of it was allocated. The money was allocated to like a tree planting foundation.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
were
yeah,
doing
yeah,
it through like a charity.
Right. So
Yeah.
so California is like stupid crazy into taxes, and so
Yeah.
if you donate some of the money, yada yada yada. So there was like this, nonprofit organization that planted trees that doesn't really exist, and so they're trying to like stop other teams from doing that. Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
And they got caught.
I
So
also saw that Kawhi Leonard is still going to be in Toronto no matter what's going on.
he will just won't play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could see him being suspended for at least a month,
No, I
maybe
mean
even two.
until he gets a contract. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so he can't play until he has a contract.
Well, and it's interesting because Steve Ballmer is like,
Oh, he's a billionaire.
I mean,
He's
he really is, but
yeah.
I mean, I
But
guess that's
he was trying to find a loophole to get a guy to say, "Hey,
that's
I'd
how
rather
all these billionaires
play
are.
in California," right?
Do you think he's like Donald Sterling 2.0?
I don't
No,
think
no,
he's. Well,
no,
I hope he's
no.
not a racist.
Yeah,
No,
Donald
he's not. I
But
meant for the
Donald
money or
Sterling
whatever.
was
Yeah.
he was
he was a
messed up.
terrible person.
Yeah,
But Steve
Yeah.
Ballmer, and that's how a lot of billionaires are. That's how you become a billionaire.
Yeah.
Is you
you're willing to
you
cut some
figure out a
corners
little
and
loophole here and there or whatever. But I think
jive and
Steve Ballmer's a really energetic guy, and
Yeah.
I
yeah.
like the way that he runs the Clippers organization. I honestly I hope the best for this whole situation, but like
Yeah.
just pay our player pay the players normally. Like
Follow the rules. Stinks
Yeah.
that you're in California. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, Giovanni.
Can we talk about the ESPN fantasy baseball? Because I'm not
It's
doing great.
yeah, it's looking like you're going to be washing Coach Kelman's
Yeah.
truck.
Yeah.
Well, the season's winding down. You got about a month and a half left to go here.
I know. I can still go. I can still get in third,
Still
but
good. Still good.
yeah. All right. You got any
All
more?
right. Yeah, I just have some NFL news because like training camps here.
oh
Um,
yeah.
Yeah.
the big part is like welcome to overreacting with NFL training camp because like
Yeah.
there's just so much like stuff and
Yeah.
every video you see is either a quarterback or a player just absolutely making a super amazing catch or play or throw or
Yeah,
whatever.
like I
Or
just saw
if it's the other
Yeah.
people, it's like, wow, this person look how bad this throw was. Like, and so like overreaction city with training camp. And I just can't. I don't think that there's another organization than the Browns that keeps track and shows each of the quarterbacks' stats at the end of a training camp
That is
practice.
blasphemy.
I just think it's stupid. Like
It is.
this guy's getting reps with second team. This guy's getting reps with first team. Yeah, the
This
stats
is
are going to look
crazy.
completely different. This guy's getting
right.
reps with third team. This guy's getting reps. It's just I think that everybody makes so much more. You know what? You know what I want to see? I
Yeah.
want to see, pads on, and I want to see in between the lines, whistles blown. I want to see games, and I want to see how they perform in those games. I just think that it is
If we see Deshaun Watson week 1, fine. I'll deal with it. It's just what Sanders week 1. I'm fine with it.
You know what I want? The best quarterback to play.
The best quarterback, absolutely.
I think that's what it comes down to. And I think that might upset some people because it's not maybe not the long-term best quarterback if it ends
Yeah.
up being Deshaun Watson. But like at the same time, it is what it is. It
Yeah,
is what it is.
you got to deal with it, Cleveland.
Anyway.
One video that I saw, like just
Yeah.
to
Go ahead.
build on what you said, I just saw a video that was like, because Hendon Hooker, who's a backup for the Lions now, backup
Yeah.
for the Titans, it was like Cam Ward versus Hendon Hooker, and they're doing like a passing drill, and they have to throw it into those little targets with like the bags on the back of them.
Mhm.
Oh,
And it's like Cam Ward like barely misses all 3 or 4 or whatever, and Hendon Hooker misses 1 and gets the other 2. And they're like, Hendon Hooker should be starting. It's like you cannot base the starting quarterback based off who does better in a passing drill. Like
that is
Yeah.
so crazy.
You can't do that.
No, you can't.
Yeah,
It's so crazy.
so the one that I saw was like Dak Prescott and missing his target, and they had like that quarterback net, where it's like you have 3 different squares you can throw into, and they're like it's like a sock net where it catches the balls for you and collects them, and you're trying to aim for the different socks on the net.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of
Anyway,
the one I was talking about.
They had it positioned right. Okay, they had it positioned right below the goalpost, and he was missing between the net and the goalpost. And somebody who's run a practice before, maybe not a football practice, but I know we do
Yeah.
things different when you want to see like guys work on things that they're not comfortable with, right?
Yeah.
And so I have no doubt that they're like, okay, you're going to throw a back of the end zone
Yeah.
pass where only Jake Ferguson, your tallest tight end, can catch. And so he was putting it, the goal was probably to put it between the upright or the crossbar and this sock net. And he was doing it every single time. And that's why I'm like, you guys, you're making a mountain out of a molehill in this. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know, uh, training camps, overreaction city. You love it. You love it because I get nonstop NFL content. But at the same time, it's like, don't overreact to this. Like,
Yeah. It's
here-
just
here's
training camp, people.
yeah, I'm just glad to see these guys healthy and moving and upright. Right.
Yeah,
Anyway,
of
here's
course.
some of the major updates from that. You got Chris Olave. He had a big contract that he just signed 4-year extension, which is great. Hopefully, him
Yep.
and Tyler Shook do something this year because right now,
Yeah.
I mean, they're in a
It's
bad
not looking
division.
good.
They're in a bad division.
Yeah.
We'll get to that probably next week. We'll do NFC, AFC South. So,
Okay.
Ricky Pearsall out for the year already.
That was literally gonna say.
Yeah, Debo
That
Samuel
is
got
crazy.
signed. Yeah,
That's
Debo
what I was
Samuel
gonna
gets
say
signed.
too.
So he'll probably retire a 49er.
Yeah. Good for
Jameer Gibbs
him.
and Bijan Robinson are holding in.
That's crazy.
So they're going to training camp, but they're not necessarily and they're participating, but they haven't signed contracts. So
They want new contract extensions.
which they deserve, both of them. They're the number 1 and 2 best running backs in probably the league.
Yeah.
And then standouts, you got Travis Hunter, who's doing pretty good. That came out and said that he is going to play both sides of the football, which is going to be amazing. I mean, it's amazing that people can do that. I don't know how it's going to look injury wise. I know that was a struggle last year, so they may back it off. That, like you already said, Giovanni, they're anticipating Deshaun Watson to be the number 1. He's taken most of the reps. And then, you get all these overreactions from guys who are just blowing it up. You got Carnell Tate just absolutely running precision route.
He's going to go crazy this year, bro.
I saw a video of Carnell Tate running routes, and he was just gliding. It looked so smooth. Excited to see him. Injuries.
Go crazy.
Injuries.
Yep, injuries.
Green Bay activated Tucker Kraft. He's good to go. Malik Neighbors addressed the media to make clear up the rumors regarding his health, disrupting erroneous reports regarding the timeline of his off-season cleanup procedure. So he had the surgery, and then they had to go back in and clean up a bunch of scar tissue. So it's not looking great. And then
not looking great.
Yeah, something's going. Somebody needs to investigate the Panthers as well.
Yeah, that is absolutely craziness. 2 injuries.
They've had more than
1 year.
Yeah.
That is so absurd.
Season-ending injuries all over the place for the Panthers. Like
I feel so bad for Bryce Young, dude. I feel so bad for him.
You went from a team that was went
to the playoffs, literally almost 500, and you waste 2 of your rookie players out for the year. I feel so bad for Bryce Young.
Yeah.
I feel so bad.
Last thing that I want to touch on, what are your thoughts on Baker Mayfield?
Well, okay, so I'll talk first. This is kind of crazy here, to be honest, just because he only played 2 years out of his 3-year, $150 million contract, but he's being disrespected by the Bucs right now. This is getting me flashbacks to the Cleveland Browns not disrespecting the Browns. So this is so crazy here, but I honestly expect Baker Mayfield to play his last year on his contract, and I think he will sign with the Buccaneers again. But this is so crazy for Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's wild, man.
I don't expect him going back to Cleveland. I just don't.
No, I don't think I think he's burned some bridges in Cleveland, actually. I don't see. It would be nice, but I don't see it happening. Yeah.
I don't see it either.
Yeah. Well, it was interesting to me because the first video that I'd seen of him was this video of him when he was first reported to training camp, and he sees the media person. And he like literally walks up to them. And he's like, "Hey friends, like what's going on?" I was like, "Oh man, he's just really at home in Tampa Bay now. He's really settled in." And then a few days later, he's like disputing everything, and the management's disrespecting him. They don't want to pay him.
And
it's like,
this is giving me flashbacks.
It sounds like something's going on because you don't
like,
have. It starts Mike Evans. You don't have somebody who's been there the entire career.
Evans.
He's a Hall of Famer, and then he's like, no, I'll go play somewhere else. My last 2 years of my career.
That's fine.
That's pretty wild. Then you have Vita Vey say, I want out. Just boom. Matter of fact, I want out.
I literally almost forgot about that.
Again, Hall of Famer, maybe. Not really. He's put up really good years. Super Bowl winner, probably one of the best players on their defense. I want out.
Fan favorite, of course.
This is so crazy.
And then Baker Mayfield just saying, I feel nobody wants me here. They don't want me here. They're gonna use me this year, and then they're gonna push me to the curb. So either you want me or you don't.
This is why I'm getting flashbacks from the Browns disrespecting Baker Mayfield, to be honest.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know what to make of the situation, and we'll probably learn more this week, I would assume. But as we get closer to the Hall of Fame game and stuff like that. But
I mean, Baker Mayfield would never disrespected the Buccaneers ever.
No, he's been a savior for the Buccaneers. I mean,
I can't believe they're disrespecting Baker Mayfield. That is wild.
Yeah. Well, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to add, kind of a cleared for takeoff. As you mentioned, Hall of Fame game coming up. Summer festivities are in full swing. Hall of Fame festival.
Yeah.
Carnation Festival, Days in the Park, all this stuff going on.
There you go.
Relive in the area. It's going to be a fun week coming up, guys.
The game is going to be a snooze fest. Cardinals, Panthers,
especially with all the injuries now.
It's going to be a snooze fest.
Any of the Panthers rookies that we're hoping to see.
Carson Beck versus Andy Dalton.
Well, listen, I didn't say the game was going to be good, but it's happening nonetheless.
It's happening. And it's a big deal in Northeast Ohio. Let's just put it that way.
It is, dude.
All right. Who's performing? Langley?
Yeah.
Isn't that who it is?
Yeah.
L. Langley.
L. Langley.
I think so.
Yeah. I think so. That'll be the highlight. She's a great artist. For sure. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So looking ahead next week, for those of you who've watched this far, we're gonna hit up the NFC and AFC South divisions. Both at times snoozers, but we'll see how they a lot of things they're very equal. And in fact, we had two really close races between those guys. You have the Panthers, the Buccaneers, and the Falcons.
Falcons.
And Saints were climbing. It took them a while to understand Tyler Shuck was as good as he could be, and hopefully he is. But those three teams were pretty close. It came down to the end. Yeah. And then the same thing in the AFC South. You got the Colts. The Titans are but the Colts, the Jaguars, and the Texans. Yeah, they're all neck and neck. So we're gonna see Jimmy's and Joe's where the positions compare, and who we think might come out on top based on the numbers that we crunch. So,
Golf said Watson is a dumpster fire, bro.
Yeah, he is. He is, but he also might be the starting quarterback. I'm
sorry, Golf. Yeah.
But that would just be par for the course. Am I right?
Oh, Michael Yoda said, "Did you see, Giovanni, that the benches cleared in the Guardians versus D-backs game because Tim Tawara tried to bunt to break up Gavin Williams' perfect game?"
I did see that.
Yeah.
I did see that.
Yeah. Okay. The last one I want to say, cleared for takeoff. I'm actually grounded. I was going to get into it before you mentioned it. The Guardians season, it's
Yeah, it's looking pretty mid right now, and that's not good. But luckily we play in the American League Central, and
Yeah.
us and the White Sox. Now the White Sox did make moves, so
Yeah.
we'll see. But
Yeah.
this is about when the Guardians turn it on, though. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Yep.
All right,
All right.
take us home.
All right. Subscribe to Ohio Sportscast just so you can watch Giovanni Schefter breaking news and the updates. Subscribe to Top Gun Podcast. Subscribe to Coop Dog Sports. Subscribe to Smee Sports. Subscribe to famous YouTuber Tom Grossi. And subscribe to That's Good Sports.
Telling you, you gotta stop shouting so many people out, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna send him a bill.
Gotta secure some sponsorships or
There you
something.
go.
Yeah.
It's not about being right. It's about sounding confident. And happy early birthday, Coop.
Oh,
anybody who wants to sponsor the Top Gun podcast, reach out to me. Send me a DM. We'll hook you up with a sticker.
Okay.
For sure, y'all.
Yeah, for
All right.
sure.
All right, boys.
All right.
See y'all next week.
Till next week.
Till next
Hasta
week,
luego.
people. Hasta luego. See ya.
See ya.